Good afternoon or evening or wherever or whatever you're listening to us on. I am Bitcoin Ben. This is Jeff Wade, and this is your crypto world weekend roundup or update, whichever you like. We're here to let you guys know what's going on in cryptos. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, it's been an exciting week in cryptos. I don't know about you, but every week it seems gets more exciting in cryptos with the innovation, with the creativity, with the rate of adoption, which we definitely got to talk about the rate of adoption that's just skyrocketing right now. First off, I am the one and only, the sexiest ex-truck driver in cryptocurrency. My name is Bitcoin Ben, and this is Jeff Wade, the owner, the one, the man with the vision, the creator, the entrepreneur, owner of Crypto World, Jeff Wade. How you been, Jeff?
Oh, doing good, Ben. Before I forget, wanted to wish you a happy birthday. So today is your 32nd birthday, I heard. So
Oh, thank you. I'm nowhere near 32, but
yeah,
thank you. Yes.
well, you look great, by the way. So keep it up. Whatever your secret is.
My secret is not dying. That's my secret right there.
Yeah, enjoying life and not dying. I like that.
Exactly. My grandfather used to actually say, "You will never die as long as you're living."
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to use that. I'm surprised you didn't NFT that. So it's your phrase. It's a family.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I should NFT that whole clip right there.
There you go. You better hurry up before our fans or our listeners start doing it themselves.
Oh,
But
hey, and if you want to NFT that little clip, go out to Crypto World. They'll help you do it.
Yeah, we sure will. We sure will.
Jeff has no shame.
Yeah, yes. As long as we get the 10% residual on the back end, we'll NFT anything.
Exactly, and I don't blame you. It's there's so much money getting made in NFTs. Oh my God! Anybody watching like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever like platform you're on, there are like these 12-year-olds rolling around in Lambos. Hey, how'd you make your money? Oh, I sold a $12 million NFT. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So we're even getting, and I can't disclose the name yet because it hasn't been announced, but we're working with a local politician that's running, and they're wanting to help us set up taking adoption or taking donations using crypto. And they're also looking to make a big splash. So they're needing help writing a white paper. So very exciting that we're getting involved in not only Missouri, white paper, Missouri, crypto-friendly legislative, but we're also looking to create some for the U.S. So yeah, so that should be something down the road that we announce. They're looking to do a press release and get us involved. But a lot of things going on. I'm sure you can talk a lot on what's going on with the price of Bitcoin and everything else, and why it's just going parabolic right now.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody, let me take a second and give a shout out to Crypto World. Crypto World is the first brick and mortar full service crypto Wally World type of environment. They handle mining, they handle NFTs, they handle education, they can help you get cryptos. They, it is a one-stop shop. Jeff, where are you guys? Where is your location at?
Yes. So our first location is here in St. Charles, Missouri. We're about 15 miles from St. Louis. We're planning on opening up a second location. It hasn't been announced yet, but it'll be about 25 miles from here. So the goal is to open up about 500 of these locations all over the U.S., if not the world, within hopefully the next 3 to 4 years. So it's definitely something that we're very excited about. We're helping a lot of people get into this industry. We're educating, and we're giving back. So it's a way for folks that don't understand it or folks that have been involved. It's a place, like you said, a go-to place to be able to collaborate, to learn, to network, to be with like-minded individuals. So stop by and see us. Like I said, our location is off 70 in Cave Springs, right next door to Mario's Donuts, next to Target and Home Depot out here in St. Charles.
Yeah, it's a great location. Everybody go out there, swing by. You say hi to Jeff. You you say hi to Jonas. Ladies, you might just want to swing over and say hi to Jonas. Although my daughter is eventually going to marry that guy. He's he's one of those men that the women love and the men hate. Because we look at him, we're like, God, I am so ugly compared to that guy.
Yeah, well, he likes to wear the tight shirts, right? So if you wore a tight shirt, you would probably look pretty good there,
Oh,
Ben.
I'd look like a balloon. You hang me upside down, and I would definitely look like a balloon.
Oh,
No,
that's funny. That's
uh,
great.
uh, I am a slim 290 pounds, but I'm only 5'1". So I'm
No,
basically a
you're
circle.
not 5'1".
Now,
That's you'd be an Oompa Loompa if you're 5'1". But
yeah, Oompa
there
Loompa,
you go.
Bitcoin man. No,
Uh,
it's the location's awesome. I'm not joking, folks. Go out there and hang out there for a half hour. Just walk in and get a feel for the energy of the place. It's and cryptos. I say that cryptos are the equivalent of like a vegan diet or someone who does like CrossFit. Once once you're into cryptos, that's all you talk about. Like as soon as you meet a perfect stranger, you're like, have you heard of Bitcoin? And the reason is once you got knowledge, once the people over at Crypto World educate you on what it is, it's so logical and it makes so much rational technological sense that you're like, why doesn't everyone know about this? And it's that knowledge that has grown the adoption, which is what this this whole hour. Oh, and by the way, yes, congratulations to us. We we are now doing an hour show, and I think we're on in St. Louis. We're on every Saturday evening, I think.
5 p.m. every Saturday. Yeah. So Our show is becoming so popular that they moved us to one of the hottest time slots.
Yes, Saturday at 5.
Yes. So before you go out with your wife for dinner, make sure you tune in.
Right before you get ready to get in the shower. You know, listen
Yes.
to us while you're in the shower. It's that's probably not a bad idea
There.
because
Yeah.
then while you're in there, you have time to actually contemplate, your portfolio. Hey, you're waiting on shampoo and conditioner anyway. At least most people are.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm bald, but
Well, along with that, Ben, we um, we had somebody come in today. I like to talk about a lot of things that's happening currently. You can talk more about Russia and what's going on there, I'm sure. But we had somebody come in today that wanted to do a one-to-one consultation, which we do here at the store. So with that, it's $150, and you get to ask us anything. If you need help, transferring crypto from one wallet to another, or if you have questions before you do a transaction, we can be there with you to kind of make sure that you're doing the right things. We also can educate you. So if you don't want to do the class where it's a group class, we can do a one-to-one, class with you where we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether it's mining or the basics or staking or the security aspect or NFTs, which is a very, very hot topic right now. But we had one gentleman come in at the store, and he said that he's newly divorced. His wife took half his money, so and his the money that he did have dropped down 40% because of the stock market, right? So he had X amount of money, and he wants to put 30% of that into Bitcoin, and he didn't know how to do it. So we decided to sign him up for a one-to-one. He's coming in tomorrow. But I asked him, I said, so why do you want to get into Bitcoin now? Because he was somebody that had no clue. But he said, well, I want to buy Bitcoin because I'm trying to make some purchases in Europe, and the only thing they would accept is Bitcoin. And if that's the case, then this has to be like a big thing, right? So he probably
absolutely.
stayed here for another 30, 40 minutes, just talking about his business, and I probably gave him a 20-minute intro to crypto and Bitcoin, and he was just super fascinated. He didn't know, the things that the benefit of Bitcoin and the why. He didn't know that Bitcoin was decentralized and nobody owns Bitcoin. No government, no central authority, no bank, and the fact too that it's immutable, and you can't lie or cheat or do anything to it, right? So I think Michael Saylor said it best, that if God created a currency, it would be Bitcoin, and just
Absolutely.
because of how perfect it is in that way. So, but but anyways, that's kind of one of the things that we can help out is just. You want to learn about it? We can sit down and talk to you about it. If you have other things that you want to go over, if you're looking to invest into it, we work with groups that focus on IRAs, or if you want to roll over a 401k, you need help with that into crypto. We have partners that we work with. I know you and myself, we're both affiliated with Caleb and Brown. They're one
Yep.
of the best over the counters. Um,
Absolutely.
so I think it's also best to let folks know how we can find you, Ben. I know for us, you can come to the store. We also have a Facebook page. If you go to shopcryptoworld.com for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, also LinkedIn, we have a YouTube page. So a lot of these videos, if you're first time listening to this radio, in the car or in the shower or wherever you're at and you miss some parts of it, it is recorded. So we do upload the videos on both Bitcoin Ben's side and also Crypto World, our YouTube page.
Yep. If you really want to see how handsome we are, check out their uh, check out their YouTube and or their actual Facebook page, and you'll be able to see just how good looking we
Yeah.
really are. There's a reason that they call us the sexiest people in cryptos in St. Louis on at 5 o'clock on Saturdays.
Well,
We
don't
hold that title.
yeah, yeah, I don't know if my wife is listening, but Ben's joking around. All right, I am married, folks. For those out there, I know Ben is has Jonas already pegged for his future son-in-law, and it's funny at your events. I think I still remember that when you spoke up there at your conference and you made Jonas blush with especially all the girls that were there. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, and ladies, I am married. Unless you talk to my wife, she is accepting offers. So if you've got enough money, she'll sell me.
Yeah, and you'll take Bitcoin or any other fiat too, huh?
Oh, I won't take it. My wife will take it. she she has her own wallets. She has her own, laptop. She might have more cryptos than I do. I don't know. I mean, she handle she handles like our house payment. Maybe she's actually like pocketing half of it and putting it in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that would be smart, right? So, so Ben, you want to talk a little bit about what's going on, with Bitcoin right now?
Oh, absolutely. The number one thing that I want to get across in this hour is the adoption rate. Oh, my friends, I can't tell you. I, Actually, I can tell you, and I'm gonna, is in the 6.5 years, almost 7 years that I've been in this, I've never seen this many people jumping into the cryptocurrency world and just going headlong into it. We have countries that are using it for legal tender. El Salvador. We have California and about six other American states that are talking about legislation making the Bitcoin legal tender. Now, the key with that, I know some people say, well, according to the Constitution, that that the only entity that can create currency in America is the Treasury. Well, constitutionally, that's true. But constitutionally, there's nothing in there that says that California, Missouri, Illinois, Florida, Texas cannot adopt and use an existing currency. The Constitution is very clear that Texas, Illinois, actually Texas, because of the way they were brought in, they can issue their own currency. Uh, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, uh, Arizona, Nevada, they cannot legally create and distribute their own currency. But what they can do is adopt and legislate the adoption and usage of another currency. So all they have to do is write the legislation, vote on it, have the governors sign it, and voila, the Bitcoin is currency wise exactly like the US dollar or gold. Because in Texas, New Mexico, Missouri, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and several others, gold is legal tender, which means if you wanted to, you could technically pay taxes with it and actually purchase products. Now, gold and silver, not really usable as a currency. I mean, what are you going to do? Walk up and go, here's a silver quarter. Let me slice off, half of the quarter and give me my change in, in, you know, uh, grains of silver.
Yeah,
Not really
that's
accurate.
yeah, that's a good point because with Bitcoin you can fractionalize it, right? So you can take a small part of that Bitcoin and convert it to a US dollar right away. Where with gold or silver, you have to find that person that would first you got to cut it up, right? Like into pieces and then find somebody that would take it. So the way we have the gold and the silver, it's almost antiquated in its way. And I was explaining to somebody earlier on how this technology and the importance of it and the why aspect of it. So when we're online and we're transferring, or when I'm emailing you a picture or emailing you an actual email or a video, I'm sending you a copy of it, right? So it's a digital copy of whatever I'm sending you. With this technology, what we're doing is we're actually sending you the ownership of that property. So it'd be like me sending you a video, but I lose that ownership and it's transferred over to you.
Yes.
So it's hard to comprehend. But when somebody told me that, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that is pretty powerful." Where you can actually take a digital property and give it to somebody, and now they own it, and I don't own it. And
Yep.
so imagine using that technology into all other industries. So I know we talk a lot about Bitcoin and the currency side, but it's definitely something outside of the currency that that's going to innovate and change the way we do things on a daily basis. So that's why I'm super excited about it. We talked early on, I know, about NFTs. That, oh my gosh, that is um, a game changer for the NFTs. So, but yeah, that's pretty interesting that you talk about that. And for folks that are listening for the first time, if you guys are confused in any ways, I know we're going to try to um, I don't know, Ben, do you have like a text feature or something like that where folks can text you or me, or do we have something maybe they can text and we can answer it at the next session? I know I have Textly, so maybe we can give that number out. And if you're
Yeah.
listening and you guys want to ask questions, um, so the number is 844-954-3517. So 844-954-3517. If you guys want to text us any questions, we probably won't get to it at this show, right? But on the next show, we'll give you a shout out and also answer your question as best as we can. Or you can always just come by and come to the store or just email us, right? So that's probably the best way. But so Ben, what's the price of the Bitcoin? What was the high today?
We are are earlier we hit $45,000. Right now, we're sitting at about 43.8. And people have asked me, the fluctuations in price. That's, you have to understand something. You have to look at things completely differently. And this is going to happen more and more in America as the US dollar loses its value. In everywhere else in the world except America, prices fluctuate a lot. The only thing we really have here in America that we recognize the volatility is actually gasoline. That's the only thing we really see fluctuating enough and often enough where we go, the price of gas went up. Normally, the price of our bread or the price of our sugar or whatever we are buying is a fixed price, at least for a generally accepted amount of time where it normalizes in our head. And well, with the Bitcoin, it isn't that the actual Bitcoin is gaining value. It's the US dollar is losing value against a superior currency.
Hey
We
Ben,
have about
yeah,
10 seconds.
yeah. I would say
Hang
hold
on
that
one
thought.
second, Jeff. Hang on one second. All right. We will be right back with the next half hour. And we're back here at Crypto World Weekend Roundup or Crypto World Weekend Recap, whichever you like. We haven't worked the exact name out. I am the one and only sexiest guy in crypto, Bitcoin Ben, here with the second sexiest guy in crypto, Jeff Wade.
Yeah, I wish I had a cool name like yours. Maybe Crypto World Jeff. I don't know, but J Wade Crypto. I need a cool
There
name
you
like yours,
go.
so I can be as cool as you.
We'll work on it. We'll
There you
get
go.
you something going.
Thanks.
So before the break, we were actually talking about the price fluctuations in actual Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Well, especially with the Bitcoin, it isn't the price of the Bitcoin that is gaining so much. It's actually the value of the dollar that is dropping. The higher the price of an existing product, the less the value of the currency used to actually purchase the product. See, the Bitcoin hasn't changed. It didn't get a new paint job. It didn't get a new roof. It didn't get new code. It's the same exact Bitcoin that it was 6 months ago. But the US dollar has lost value against the Bitcoin because the Bitcoin is showing itself to be a higher valued asset than the US dollar. If you hold US dollars in a savings account right now, expecting on earning interest of any relevance, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and then I want you to go stop being stupid and buy Bitcoin because you're not these aren't the 1980s. You can't have $1 million in the bank and make $50,000 a year in interest. Those days are over. They're bye bye. So now we live in a world with cryptocurrencies, other appreciating assets. That's why the housing market is just going crazy right now, because it people, not only homeowners in general, investors are looking for somewhere to put uh, their purchasing power. So they're looking at real estate as an investment. That's why a lot of younger people, they can't buy houses because they're being priced out of the market from the investors. And that's why so many young people are getting into cryptos. It's the only thing they can afford to buy that isn't going to actually decrease in value over a long period of time.
Yeah, you're seeing that now with what's going on over in Europe. Initially, the price of crypto and Bitcoin was going with the stock market price, and then once went crazy over in Europe and Ukraine and Russia, things like that, the stock market continued to slide. But then all of a sudden, you're seeing a reversal in the price of crypto, and more people are feeling safer buying Bitcoin than any other currency, especially if you're in countries where they can cut off your bank account and just close it down, like what Canada was trying to do with the truckers. So it's definitely, it gives you that sovereignty and that freedom of not having to worry about, is my bank account gonna be cut off just like that if somebody or if the government doesn't like what I'm doing. But
Yeah,
and it's when you're talking about the prices of homes, I just saw that in Miami, the average median income in Miami is like $40,000, and everybody's wanting to move to Florida. I know why. I know you're trying to get down there, but the housing market in Miami is just skyrocketed. So now the average home is in a $300,000 to $400,000, and if you're making $40,000 a year as a new college student or somebody that's just starting a family, that's going to be hard being able to afford a home. So yes, like you said, more people are getting into the crypto space. It has a higher appreciation rate, or at least potential, than any other asset. It has been that way for the last 10 to 13 years. I think
yeah,
Bitcoin since 2010 has grown like 20 million%. So it's been something definitely that I feel like you should at least put something into it, right? If you don't believe it 100%, it's at least something where you want to put a little bit of money into it, because I can almost guarantee, I'm not a financial advisor, but even if you put 5% of your retirement or whatever your savings into at least Bitcoin, I think
yeah,
that 5% is going to outperform 95% of your total investment. So exciting times. And for people that say that it's so late, the price is so high. Well, I mean, the price is high, but the potential for the price to keep going up because it's so finite, I I think in no time, in 4 or 5 years, it'll be at least $1 million per coin.
oh,
Um,
absolutely.
so and if you look at the stock to flow model, it's been pretty accurate so far. I know it's kind of off the scale here the last few months, but I think it's going to jump back on track where Bitcoin, and by 2025 will be around $1 million, and then by within 8 to 10 years, it could be, the stock to flow shows it being $8 to $10 million a coin. So for me and my friends and the people that I really care about, I tell them just get into it a little bit. You don't have to put a ton like like me and you have,
Yeah,
but at least just
we're
get
all
into it.
in.
Yeah, yes, we, yeah. You play blackjack, right? Are you a blackjack guy?
Once in a while, yeah. Not like you. I mean,
No,
you.
I'm a poker guy. I'm actually going to be in. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow because our friend Tone Vase invited me to his celebrity poker tournament where they have 100 players that play, and basically, I think half the money goes to a nonprofit foundation. But you're gonna last year there was players like Phil Locke and Jennifer Tilly. If you're in the poker world, you know those names. Doug Polk, Jimmy Song is supposed to be there. Bobby Lee, Tone Vase has always been a supporter of us. He flew down here.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yes, yes. So uh, he's a Bitcoin maximalist. He shouldn't own anything but Bitcoin, but outside of that, he's super supportive of what we're doing and how we're helping to be the rising tide for the community.
Yeah, it's the um, the crypto world is it it lines up uh, politically. It's mostly aligned with the freedom movement, kind of libertarian uh, leaning people. But I've actually been talking to a couple of my friends who lean left, and they're getting into cryptos because they see it as a way, because the left is very big on redistribution of wealth, like making sure the whole working class isn't left in the dust, you know, and that's actually something else that has made the Bitcoin so attractive to the left now, is they realize that if you have a deflationary currency that everybody uses, that the working class absorbs and actually um, reaps the benefits of the wealthy people adopting the currency also, because it gains value as the community gets larger. So here's an example of what I'm actually talking about. Excuse me. So let's say that you're a janitor and you make $40,000 a year, and your retirement holds approximately $2,000 a year you put in your quote unquote retirement. Well, in the average retirement plan, that that is held in dollars. That is valued in dollars. Well, the dollars are losing value. So in 30 years, that $2,000 purchasing power has dropped to about $1,000 worth of purchasing power. But if that janitor takes his or her retirement, that $2,000, and puts it into cryptos like Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin, judging off of the past history performance of the Bitcoin, that $2,000 has grown into an in I don't know 25 years, that has grown into a significant amount of money. So as as the adoption rate in cryptocurrency grows, the value of the asset grows with the adoption rate. And for the first time in human history, the wealthiest people in our world are on the same plane or playing field as the the least wealthy person, the poorest person, because of the Bitcoin. The rich people, you can buy it. The poor people, you can buy it. You can hodl it. You can sell it. You can trade it. You can. It's literally the great currency equalizer.
Yeah, to add on to that, Ben, I think that's a great point. One of the stats, probably one of my favorite stats, is with El Salvador and how in 30 years it took El Salvador 30 years to get 1.2 people bankable. And when Bitcoin became a legal tender in El Salvador, it took them 30 days to get over 4 million people bankable. And the main reason is because you are bankable with your mobile phone. And even though you live in a third world country, most people in a third world country have mobile phones. And also here in the US, right? We have roughly about, I think the last stat from 2019 was 5.4 million people in the US that don't have bank accounts. And I would say, I think a majority of that is in the inner city. And, a lot of banks, they don't want to open up in inner cities. They don't want to give, folks the opportunity to have bank accounts. And I've talked to a few banks, one specifically, I'm not going to name any names, but one of the bank, their majority of their revenue from their bank is from overdraft fees. So, think about that. We're taking advantage of the people that have issues paying their bills by continuously, charging them overdraft fees. So,
What's really scary is they told you that that was their most profitable part of their business model.
yes, yeah, it is their most profitable part, which is very scary because they're not going to change unless there's something that forces them to change, and that's this is going to disrupt a lot of banks because they're going to be the horse and wagon, right? When the automobiles came, so unless they can find a way to work with this technology, they're going to be left behind. And I think some banks already, like U.S. Bank, I saw was offering custody solutions, which means you can hold your Bitcoin at their bank. So I think there's going to be more innovative products and services from banks, less taking advantage of folks, and more helping in this adoption. So that's why when you say it works for both the left and the right, it certainly does. I know there was a local guy here in St. Louis. I think Jason Smith was the name. Is the mayor of Cool Valley
Yeah,
here in St.
yeah.
Louis. And if you haven't heard the story, it caught fire on social media because the mayor of Cool Valley was going to give every resident of Cool Valley approximately $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And with that, I think there was certain stipulations that I don't have the details, so don't quote me on this. But I think in order for you to get your $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, you had to learn about blockchain technology, learn about Bitcoin. You also had to stay out of jail and also take care of certain things in your community. And I think you had to keep it in 3 to 4 years was what I thought. You had to keep it in your wallet. But $1,000 today may not be a lot of money, but hey, when in 3 to 4 years down the road, when Bitcoin 20 to 30 x's, that could help a lot of families that that are on welfare. So I think things like that are exciting. I know with Crypto World, we started a foundation here. We called it Crypto Without Borders, and our goal with the foundation is to be able to apply for some of these grants that crypto.com and Uniswap and Foundation or Ethereum Foundation and a lot of these big names in the space. They're throwing money out just for education. So we're hoping to get some of those grants, and then in return, we want to use those grants to be able to offer free classes to people. So instead of charging folks, we can say, hey, come in, learn about mining and staking and everything that it has to do, get some help, and the foundation is going to take care of it. So that becomes a great ecosystem that helps the community. Helps our store also, and it's a win-win for everybody because there's more adoption. So that's very exciting for us, and I'm sure when that when our website comes about and we already brought in an executive director that's going to handle that. That's very passionate about this space and very passionate about helping, especially the inner cities and education. So we brought him in already, waiting for our 501c3 to be. We filed for it. We're waiting to get that certificate. But once we do that, we'll be reaching out to you to see how we can, help more people out there to get in this space.
Absolutely. And it's and thank you so much for that. I mean, you guys over at Crypto World are always, now, mind you, you are profit driven, but you are community grounded. That's that's what I love about you guys is yes, you are running a business. Yes, it is profitable, but you understand like a true entrepreneur that if your community isn't growing and uh, isn't improving, that you as um, a entrepreneur in that community, it hurts you. So you're always trying to help the community, and that just I love it.
Yeah, I think you taught us that, Ben. If you help people, it'll come back, right? And most of the time, the good way. So that's what we're all about. We're just trying to do something here. This is the first one. We're like the Christopher Columbus, right? So exploring in the crypto ocean blue, I guess. But we're the first one doing this, and we just took a shot in the dark. And during COVID, a lot of businesses, brick and mortar stores were closing, and we were in the same situation. And that's one of the things that came out of it is it forced us to really rethink about what we want to do, what our passions are, and also how we can help out the community. And this is something that it's a win-win for everybody. And as long as we continue doing these type of things, getting on the radio, doing YouTube, participating and getting involved, it's it's a long game, right? So I'm not really worried about the profit early on. I just know that down the road this is going to work out for all of us. But you yourself, man, you're doing some good things out there with your conventions, getting the word out. I know I saw you in a couple YouTube. I forget the gentleman's name. The guy from New York that you went on his show. I think you bought $1,000 worth of gear, and he put you on his
Oh
show.
yeah,
You got
yeah,
like 500,000 listeners or something like that. So that was pretty
yeah.
impressive.
It's all about helping people out. That was actually on. I think that was on Pomp's show.
Yeah, there you go. Pomp. Yep,
Yeah,
that's the one.
and it's the reason I did that is me and my wife have been very blessed, and we because of our religious beliefs and what we know to be true, that when you are blessed, you should pass on those blessings to others. And they always come back to you uh, tenfold, or well, according to the Bible, it's actually approximately sevenfold. But let's
Well,
not get
I
technical.
know I know I've been to restaurants with you many of times, and I don't think I've ever met anybody who's tipped $100 in a $20 meal. So it's like I'm like, oh my god! Or going through drive-through when you go through Lion's Choice during COVID, you gave I think the lady that was taking the payment or drive-through window, you gave her $100 tip, and the look in her face is it's priceless, right? Because $100 to her, it means a lot. And for you, you like you said, you're blessed, and I just love the fact that you're sharing that with the rest of the world. And hopefully one day, Ben, I'll get to your status.
You will. You will. We'll actually get you there, Jeff. Don't
There
worry.
you go. Yeah.
No, it's like I said, me and my wife very blessed, and we actually want to pass it on. So it's it's something else that the crypto world is offering to the St. Charles community is the education of the technology. I'm telling everyone within the sound of my voice, you have to understand this is not a fad. This is not a this is not something that's going to go away in a few years. This is not a website. This is not a a fly by night. We are basically talking about the digital currency of the future. In 20 years, no one's going to be using the US dollar. No one's going to be using the pound. No one's going to be using the euro. No one's going to be using the peso. Uh, People will be using the Bitcoin and other, uh, shall we say, uh, tokenized uh, equity uh, to exchange goods. Because now this may blow your mind for someone who's never heard it, but I can actually take the title of your house, put it into a a cryptocurrency form, and with a smart contract represent the equity portion of your house and sell the equity portion of that token to someone who will lend you money using that part of the actual token. And I hate to do it, Jeff, but we only got like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, the time flies. We went to an hour, and I feel like we have so much to talk about. But yeah, just you get a chance to stop by the store. We're at 2788 Muegge Road off 70 in Cave Springs. Check us out online, shopcryptoworld.com. Give us a call, 636-317-1053.
Yep, and you can find me online. Just Google me, Bitcoin Ben. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you, Ben.